Hello, 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 everyone. Mike Arnold here, co-founder, patron, and partner, along with Bob Iacchino. How is everyone doing today? Retail sales and FOMC minutes, and Fed's Bowman is speaking. Let's see. Good morning, Patrick. Good morning, Davey. Good morning, Chris. Let's start the show. Okay, we'll get right to it. Everybody new here, please do consider subscribing, ring that bell, and hit that like button. Longer term viewers, come back and leave some comments, and please like the videos. Good morning, Connor. Good morning, Options 22. So retail sales came out 35 minutes ago. Headline number a little lower than forecast, but why it says strong in the title, because the retail sales ex autos, which is essentially you get the core numbers that came in with a pretty substantial beat, and year over year is a big up move from the last revised number. So that is actually a stronger number. Still consumer holding up well, but you still have the non-inflation adjusted aspect of it. So read into that what you would. Markets pulling back. Also, UK inflation numbers were absolutely horrible. Over 10%. So there we go with that. Things are just all hunky-dory. Everybody should just buy BBBY. That's a joke. That is a joke. It's a bad joke. Like buying Manchester United is a bad joke. Morning, Anissa. Hello, Josh. So Fed's Bowman's speaking right at the open. You got Binz's inventories 30 minutes after the open, minor, very minor. Remember, if you're trading crude, 9:30 Central, all numbers come out. And FOMC meetings at 1 p.m. And then we got more Bowman speaking after the close. So we'll keep an eye on the FOMC minutes. Pretty decent, finally getting a pullback after hitting the 200. Coincidence, hit the 200 and then start getting the pullback. Known generally not when key levels are hit. You get a lot of profit taking and everything else, and it was definitely juiced up there. By the way, FOMC odds still 56 now in favor of a 75 basis point hike. So that has shifted from yesterday, but we're still a long way off from that. We're over a month away still. But it's interesting to see how this fluctuates. And we still are in positive gamma territory. Remember, even with a sell-off today, we're going to keep watching this as if it hovers around this 4,300 level, either side of it. Even like if it drops down to 4280, 4270 can easily make a run back up there, but the gamma flip doesn't come down until 4219. Target missed on earnings, beat on revenue, said it was due to some of that one-time inventory liquidation, and they were trading lower lows. I didn't think their numbers were that impressive, but they were trading higher. TJ Maxx guided lower also. So that was interesting. Only thing really interested in after the close is Cisco. So that's where we sit with that. All right. Let's see. Yeah, VIX slight gap up. I don't even have to comment on that. Good morning, Lauren. With this, let's see where we sit, getting the pullback down. 84 basis points so far, not major after this extreme run higher. See the little momentum bars, especially with, those UK figures dropping and everything else. Coming back down, we're at 42.69, the same number we had yesterday. Pausing there. Getting that pause there on a rally. 42.81. If you want to bump this up a little more, you can even, a little more conservative would be now to about 42.85. Above 42.85, I get to choppy to slight bullish. Down here, I'm just watching to see if this level holds. If this levels, I'm back to 42.50. So we shall see how that works. Overall, we're still below the 4-hour rotation zone now, but not yet on a closing basis. So I'm going to keep a key eye to see where this bar closes. because if it closes back up there, the 4-hour rotation zone still will have had. If it closes back down, then I could be slightly watching for that bigger pullback. 4-hour cycles at the bottom, but daily and weekly cycles at the top. What's the bigger level for a pullback if we continue lower today? About 42.50 to about 42.44. There's major support in there. We got the 12.5% harmonic. We got a significant level, and we got a rising rotation zone. So that is my key level. And that would only actually just wipe out the last on a closing basis, the last 3 days partially, but on a low basis, pretty much just the last 2 days. So that's not even a big pullback yet. And no, you can't get into super bearish mode. There's still tons of support in here, and we get to watch even after we get, hopefully, a multi-day pullback, we get to watch for the secondary reaction. Or it needs a 40% win to counter a 40% pay decrease, and put all your 40% on one play and hope. That was, again, a joke. Corporate crooks squeezing Main Street. NASDAQ, again, down 93 basis points, not even back to the daily rotation zone. And you see this major support back at 13,400. Minor daily support coming in about 13,440. Before that, keeping an eye, we're down at that level we put up last night, 13,506 to 500. If we break below that, then I'm watching for that 13. Major would be that 13,400. Got a lot of stuff there. Can't get bullish, though, until we get above 13,583 at least. So that's key. We're still in this pretty big consolidation area for the last couple days with this pullback. You can see holding the lows back from the 15th. Profit taking can turn into panic selling, but unless something really strange happens, there's a lot of stopping points, and there's not a lot of news out there. And we're just getting a pullback after. I mean, look at this massive run. This is a massive run, and you got normal profit taking at this point. You got some interesting numbers coming out, but I don't see panic selling just happen. Even if you did get a little panic selling, it would be a blip on the radar in terms of this run yet. We don't have a major significant topping pattern yet. And we're just due for an orderly pullback still at this point. Dow, again, we did not get that close above the 62.5 yet. It's going to be interesting to see this, to see where it closes. Pulled back right now to 33,880 level. What am I watching overall? It's not on the 4-hour. I'll keep an eye on that 4-hour rotation zone, but it's about 13,800 on a closing basis with that 200 to see if they hold on the 200 with a close. If we did pull back, 33,670 is the next major level. Russell, sitting at your key support of 2,002 right now. Next major support is 1983. Can't get bullish until above 2013, though. Right there. So if it does break this level with continued selling, it's 1983, 1984 is the key support level in that. Mike playing short-term index options, best guess on timing of the impact of FOMC. I know the first move is typically a fake move. Yes. I don't think they're going to have that much of a shock, and it's more with the meeting days, not the minutes. The minutes generally don't have a lot of those fake moves. It's the meeting days, and we don't have a meeting day. The next meeting day is September 21st. This is just, and why you generally get the fake move on the meeting days is because they come out with the press release and then they have the press conference, and a lot of things can shift between then. But that's where we sit. If we do have selling pressure, if there's anything, it's just going to be used as an excuse for this profit-taking pullback move. I doubt there'll be anything shocking. We're finally getting the turnover move with enough stuff coming out, and you've hit key levels. So now we're just getting that profit-taking move coming back. We'll get those other stuff. NQ double on the 15-minute. We don't generally go down that. Yes. Yeah, you can still trade it as a double into the open. Actually, let's just see where the more aggressive targets take us. Now let's see where this takes us. I'd use conservative based off this level. So if you're trying to play that in the open, you need at least, I would wait till at least a 15-minute close above 13,554, 13,575, 13,586, 13,596. So it could take you back to 13,600. Russell, we already looked at the Russell. DAX, big reversal move here. Key support now, not expected to hit today, but it's 13,550. Going to watch how this closes in relation to the rotation zone. Your other key support level is coming in right virtually where it's trading about 13,690, 13,700. Going to be watching for a potential little bounce there going into the European close. The notes spiked down, but back above this 118.28 level. Going to be very interesting to see because buying just stepping. They did have the spike down, but then pretty aggressive buying stepping in. So I'm still watching. You can see it right here on the 4-hour, the little dip below and the move back above. So I am still focusing on that 118.28 level. We could not get the rollover play into that. If we do, the target was 118.05, but still in consolidation. It's pretty much hands off, though, short term on notes. Crude, inside day so far, trying to hold yesterday's lows. If you do go below yesterday's lows, there's not much here either. 85.15. If we get above 88, a target's 89.80. So there's nothing long term unless we can get the significant pop. Short term, the only thing would be an aggressive buy and a close above yesterday's high. Other than that, it's nothing, and long term still favors down. Natty gas still pushing up here. Yes, this is a potential double. Long way off. But yes, the first and second targets don't like that little hitch in there, but it still qualifies. So we'll keep an eye on that longer term. No need to touch on gold. Finish that little pullback move here. Virtually, it needs to get back above 1,800 before I'm interested in that. Again, dollar index. Little thing I'm keeping an eye on right here is this little short-term potential double top for a reversal. That's below 106.18. You see here we've come back up, tested that 50% level. So unless we trigger this little mini double top, which would be a 50 to the pullback to the 50-day, I'm going to be watching the potential breakout below 106.83. As mentioned before, VIX slight up higher than yesterday's high right now. Really going to watch if we do continue to sell off about 21.20. The key technical close on that would only be tradable on a closing basis. The high of that is 21.16. So if we did close above 21.16, we have triggered a double bottom. So keep an eye on for that. And on a pullback, if we try to start rallying about 2020 is the pullback level. Bitcoin, market pullback still can't get overly bearish, still 22.6. Minor level right now is about 23,440 on a closing basis. Tesla, but separate from Elon's Manchester jokes, once he gets banned from this stupid crap, you can't make jokes about doing a buyout of public companies but that's separate from this. You still have the major potential double. The minor thing is if you break down below, you have a gap right here. So the only other, if you start breaking down below about 905, you got the minor gap fill. Then your next support's about 887, then 867. If it turns around to the upside, key resistance, as I've said the last few days, is still 953.27. You get above that, it's 975. Qs. Your support level is about 326 and then 325. Just so happens to work out that way. Right now we're below the 1 hour rotation zone, but really pay attention to this. I'm going to bump this down just a hair. About 329.44 on any rally. If it rallies and rolls over from there, let's just see. You're into a clear path move. Your technical area to watch for, though, is in front of that about 326.60. And then it would be back down to 326.45. That's the only thing you got to watch for, that clear path move. On the open, though, I'd be watching to see if it can retake the 329.44, 329.50 area. If it tests it and rolls over, then I look to the bearish side. If it holds that, then I'd watch for somewhat of a potential gap fill play. Tesla bear flagging. Let's just jump back to Tesla. I'd more watch that as a double. That's really sloppy on this. I mean, yeah, you got this little thing. I just watch the breakdown from 912, or if it retests that on the open, that's the retest and rollover from 912. That's not a well-formed flag, and I'd just more watch this key support area. And then your 906 area. Morning ramps of fall. So there we go. It's just going to be see how much this pullback. That's really going to be interesting, though, to see this pullback, to see how it's gauging. Because remember, then I like to watch the secondary reaction, because so far we've checked off 3 of the 4 200s. We've checked off the S&P, we've checked off the Dow, we've checked off the Russell. So the real question is if we can make the push on the NASDAQ higher, or whether 3 out of the 4 will do it and it will run out of momentum. So I'm watching for that reconnection. These are just my larger term thoughts. Reconnection with the daily rotation zone, and then another secondary push higher, and that will gauge it. If on the secondary push we do the retracements, we get above that 62.5, then I start targeting a return to the highs. If we stall out and roll over again, then I start getting into slightly more bearish mode, watching for a more significant topping pattern. Morning, George. That's where we sit. So let's just peek it, since we had that NASDAQ little mini double. That's just a mess. But you start breaking above. If this level holds and you can get some key closing action above about 42.76 or 42.77, might be worth keeping an eye for that pop to about 42.85, which is literally the major support area that was broken, becoming resistance. So that's the little area I'll be watching in the S&P. All right, with that, I will wrap it up for now. Something major happens, I'll pop on at lunch. Not expecting that. FOMC meetings at 1 Central, and then be back for the close. Talk to everyone later. Have a great trading day.